It may come as a surprise, but men can develop breast cancer. While it's more commonly associated with women, it does impact men too. Joining us for his insights on this topic is radiologist Dr. Jaco du Plessis. Welcome to the show, Doctor.
Zoraida, thank you very much.
Lovely to have you here.
No, thank you.
So breast cancer in men, is this quite prevalent in South Africa?
No, Zoraida, breast cancer universally or globally is actually very scarce. Unlike in females where there's a 100-fold increased risk of developing breast cancer, only 1% of cancers diagnosed in men are attributed to breast cancer.
And why so?
Just because of the male composition. The male breast pattern is different to the female breast pattern, and we are dealt an empty hand, if I can sort of explain it like that. We have far less breast tissue and therefore less breast cells to develop a malignancy in.
Yes. So when you say it's obviously only 1% of men get it, are you saying that that 1% of men get it? Why? Because they have more breast tissue?
No. So 1%, I would say that if the bag of cancers developed by men comprises of 100, then one of those cancers will be a breast cancer.
And what? But why does that happen? What is it genetic or is it lifestyle?
So
why would a man get breast cancer?
So there are various risk factors. I mean, obviously the risk factors include the same as with females. Some of the genetic mutations in the BRCA gene enables or puts men at higher risk of developing breast cancer, and also family history of different cancers, including prostate cancers and colon cancers. So it's not just the breast composition, but genetics definitely play a role. Other sort of environmental factors include obesity and pre-existing liver diseases.
Yeah. And doctor, in your practice, how often do you come across breast cancer in men?
So we do. That's the reason for us being here today, is to make sure that men are really aware that this is not something that is just developing in females, so that they know that, look, we must be aware, we must self-examine, and we do find breast cancers ever so often. I would almost say on a monthly basis, we will diagnose a case of breast cancer in a male.
And what is that response like?
I think most males, once they come to us referred from GPs, they are quite stunned that that a lump is actually developed. And unfortunately, most males only present late. They present once the lump is palpable, or once there are sensitivity in the breast, or even sometimes when they develop a nipple discharge, do they arrive at the radiology department. And we are very aware of the fact that this is a sensitive issue, and once we sit in the room with the patient and perform an ultrasound or even a mammogram, we talk them through it, and we realize that, look, this is something that they've actually not thought of.
Yeah.
And we try and talk them through the steps of what the next steps would be. Would it entail biopsy? What the referral pattern would be like? And obviously only that the diagnosis confirmed after a relevant biopsy has been performed.
So I'd love to break it down. What do you suggest? How does a man go about self-examining? Like, you know, we've got all these articles and pictures that women can do, but there really isn't that much information for men. So please break it down for us. What do you do and when do you do it?
Yeah, so I think the easiest to do self-examination is once you're in the shower.
Yes.
All right, because the skin is smooth and it's wet, and your sensation, your tactile sensation is generally more in the shower. And it's a simple procedure by just raising the arm, almost like touching the back of your head or touching your ear on the opposite side, and bringing your other hand across and just palpating, palpating the breast, and the tactile sensation between the fingerprints, compressing the breast tissue against the chest wall will immediately create the sensation of softness, suppleness, or perhaps firmness. And the asymmetry, comparing your left side to your right side, that usually stands out quite dramatically.
When it comes to environmental factors, what should one be aware of, particularly as a man? I know that you mentioned obesity is an important one, but what else?
Alcohol intake does play a role, and mostly alcohol in general in the body is unfortunately a big carcinogen, enabling cancers to start earlier. But also liver disease, as I've explained, and also patients that have had previous history of testicular cancers and undergo some hormonal therapies, and some of those hormonal therapies enable estrogen stimulation in the body, and that estrogen acts as a driving force for perhaps developing some of these breast cancers.
Thank you so much. Thanks for being here and for highlighting this important topic when it comes to breast cancer in males. Thank you.
Thank you, Zureida.
Thank you. It's clear that although male breast cancer may be less common, awareness, early detection and understanding the risks are absolute key. We will see you in a bit.